Hello and welcome. My name's Katie and today I'm going to be doing your LineOne phone training. Today we're going to be going over features like transferring, putting someone on hold, putting someone on park, and many more. These are the features that you're going to be using every day in your office. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. First, I'd like to review the features. In the top left corner here, that is going to be your extension number. So if you're ever needing to know what that is, this is where you'd be able to locate it. On the side here, we have programmable buttons. They're usually your company's extension numbers, and this scroll button allows you to move through the different pages on your phone. These are your feature keys. This one is your headset key. It allows you to toggle on and off your headset. This is your mute key, voicemail, hold, redial, transfer, and speaker. Over here is your volume key and your navigation keys. This allows you to increase or decrease the volume as many times as you press that button in either direction. Your volume key is going to control 3 different volumes on your phone. It's going to control your handset volume, your speakerphone volume, and when you're not on a call, it's going to control your ring volume. Let's review how to make an outgoing call. If you're used to dialing a 9 when making an outgoing call, you no longer have to do that with these phones. All you have to do is dial your 7-digit or 10-digit number. If you noticed you've made a mistake, you do have this delete key here in your screen. This allows you to move back to where you'd like to start again. You can also make calls to extensions within your organization. All you have to do is scroll through, find the person's name that you're looking for, and press the button next to their name. This is going to call their extension. Here we have an incoming call. You can see in the middle of the screen is that person's caller ID. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see different options to take that call. You can answer, forward, silence, or reject the call. First, answering a call. What that does is it allows you to answer the call on speakerphone. Of course, you can always just lift the handset. It just gives you 2 different options. Next is forwarding a call. This allows you to forward that call to another number. So let's say you are about to head out for lunch or for the end of the day and you still need to take that call. You would be able to hit forward, put in, let's say, your cell phone number, hit send, and take that call on the go. Next is silencing a call. What that does is it turns the ring off at your phone. The caller will still be there. You're able to pick up that call if you so choose, but you just won't hear the ring anymore. Last is reject. When you reject a call, what it does is it stops the call completely at your phone, and it's going to do one of 2 things. It'll either send the caller to your voicemail box and you'll be able to get back to them when you have a chance, or if they're calling into a number that rings multiple phones in the office, it'll stop ringing at your phone, but it'll continue ringing the other phones in your office. At the moment, the phone is in speakerphone, and you can tell because the key here is lit up green. If you had answered with your handset and wanted to switch over to speakerphone, all you have to do is press this button here. When you see that it glows green, you're able to replace the handset, and you know that you are on speakerphone. Next is your mute button. So this button allows you to mute yourself when you're in a conversation. To use this button, all you have to do is press it. You'll see that it glows red, and in the screen you'll see that you have been muted. When you're ready to take yourself off of mute, all you have to do is press that same button. Let's review conferencing. Of course, at first you're going to want to get that first caller on the phone. Then to add another caller, press conference. Go ahead and dial that person's number that you want to add to the call. Press send. And when they answer, you have 2 different options. So first, if they answer and they are able to join the conference call, go ahead and hit conference again. But if they answer and say that they can't join the call or you get their voicemail, press end call and it'll bring you back to your first caller. For training, we're going to go ahead and hit conference. Now you can see the numbers of the 2 people in your conference call. Once you're in your call, if you find that you need to take someone out of the call, you would press this manage button here, scroll down to the number you're wanting to take off of the call, and press remove. And it takes them off of that call. To transfer a call, go ahead and select one of the transfer buttons, Then find the number you're wanting to transfer to. Once you're transferring a call, you can do a few different things. First, I'm going to show you a blind transfer. So you'll select the transfer button, go ahead and select the coworker's extension you want to transfer to, and then from here, you're going to hit transfer. This sends the call to your coworker and they're able to pick them up if they're at their desk. If not, the caller is just going to be put in that coworker's voicemail box and they're able to get back to them when they have a chance. If you need to go back to the caller, go ahead and hit cancel and it'll bring you back to your caller. Next, I'm going to show you an announced call. Again, you're going to transfer, go ahead and select that coworker's extension, but instead of hanging up, this time you're going to wait for your coworker to answer. Once they answer, you're able to relay any information they might need about that caller, and when you hang up, it's going to connect that caller to that coworker. To hang up, you'll either replace your handset or press the transfer button. You still have the ability to transfer a call even if someone is already on a call. That means that if you're on a call, you could get a second call coming in. This is what it looks like when you have a second call coming in. The caller ID of the first person is going to be in the middle of the screen, and the caller ID of the second person will be running across the bottom of the screen. You'll also hear a light tone letting you know to look down and see who that second caller is. From there, you have a few different options. You can 1. Decide to hang up with your first caller to take your second call. You can put your first caller on hold to take the second call. Or you can reject the second call that's going to send the caller to your voicemail box and you're able to get back to them when you have a chance. Our last transfer feature is transferring directly to someone's voicemail. To transfer directly to someone's voicemail, you're going to select transfer, the 2 VM button on your screen, and then that person's extension. You're going to hear the beginnings of their voicemail just letting you know that you're in the correct voicemail box, and then once you hang up, it's going to connect that caller to that coworker. Let's review the different ways that you can put someone on hold with these phones. First, you have your classic hold button. You have 2 on your phone. This one here in the screen, and this one here on your keypad. You can use either one, it just depends on which one you prefer. To put someone on hold this way, you would just select the hold key, and you can see here they have been put on hold. To retrieve that caller, all you have to do is press that same key, and it brings the caller back to you. Now this hold button is really for when you want to put someone on hold at your phone and then pick them up at the same phone. This isn't the button you would use to put someone on hold for someone else in the office. That would be your Park 1 or Park 2 button. To use those buttons, you would just find whichever one is available, and you can see here both are available because the lights next to them are lit up green. To use this Park button, all you have to do is select the button. It's going to go red showing that that Park button is in use, and now anyone in the office is able to pick up that call simply by going to their phone and pressing that same Park button. This brings the caller to their phone. On our phones, we have a pickup feature. This allows you to pick up a call coming into your extension from any other phone in the office. So when you see a call coming into your extension, you'll notice that the button is blinking red and then your icon has turned red. To pick up that call from another phone in the office, you would hit pick up and then select that blinking key. And this will bring the caller to the phone you're currently at. Here is your history key. When you press this key, it brings you to a call log of all of the calls made in and out of your phone. You're able to scroll through this section using the keys on your keypad to move through all missed, placed, received, and forwarded calls. You would find the section that you're looking for, and from there, you're able to scroll down and find the number you're looking for. Once you find that number, you can either hit send to call that number, or if you'd like to add them to your personal directory, you would hit option, scroll down to add to contact, and hit OK. From here, you're able to edit that information how you'd like to see it in your personal directory. Once you're done, go ahead and hit save. To get into your personal directory, you'll hit the down arrow here, select OK for all contacts, and here will be a list of numbers you've personally put into your phone. Of course, if you'd like to add a contact, you can just select the add button here. It'll bring you to that same screen we just saw, but now you're able to enter the information how you'd like to see it. Once you're done, you'll just go ahead and hit save. Next is your redial button. That's this one here on the keypad, the two arrows circling each other. When you press this button once, it's going to bring you back to your history, but under your placed calls. From there, you're able to scroll through and find that number that you called that you're wanting to call back. When you find that number, go ahead and hit send. If the number you're wanting to dial was the very last number you called, go ahead and press that redial button one more time, and it's going to call that very last number you called. Let's review voicemail. There are two ways that you can get into your voicemail box. You can either press the envelope key here, or you can dial 5001 on your phone and hit send. Both of these allow you to get into your voicemail box, it just depends on which way you prefer. Now, the first time that you get into your voicemail box, it's going to ask you for a password. Everyone's default password the very first time that they log into their voicemail is going to be 2580. The easiest way to remember that is it's just right down the middle of the keypad. Once you log in for the first time, your voicemail is going to ask you to set up your name, a greeting, and a new password. Once you set up that password, that's the password you'll use from there on out to get into your voicemail. Of course, if you ever want to change that password, all you have to do is log into your voicemail and it'll walk you through the steps of doing that. A few buttons that are important to keep in mind when listening to voicemails are going to be 7, 8, and 9. 7 is your rewind button, 8 is your pause and continue button, and 9 is your fast forward button. When calling 911, these phones have a specific address and number associated with the phone. Because of that, if you ever move the phone to a new location, please let us know here at LineOne so we can update the address. That way, the dispatcher will know where to send emergency vehicles. If you find that you ever need help with these phones, here are some ways that you can get in touch with us. You can dial 611 from your phone. That's going to reach our LineOne help desk. Or you can dial our local number, 337-417-9020. If you ever need a refresh on how to use any of these features, we do have this help button here. When you press this button, it brings you to a user guide within the phone of all of those features we went over today. You can scroll through and find the feature that you're looking for. Select it by pressing OK. And here it's going to bring you to a description of that feature and how to use it. Thank you for watching this video. If you do have any questions, feel free to contact LineOne support at 611 on your phone.